My son recently learned how to ride a bike with no training wheels. And he is exactly 3 years and 10 months old, so he's a toddler. And he learned from training wheels to no training wheels. That took him 2 months and 1 week to learn. So I'm going to give you all the details of like how he learned, and hopefully that will help you teach your kids to ride a bike. So on his birthday, when he turned 2, actually, that's when we got him something called a balance bike. So he gets used to balancing. That's what they say you should use so that when kids learn how to actually ride a bike, it's a lot easier. So I don't know if that was exactly the case, but maybe it was. I don't know. So we got him that. It was a Strider balance bike, actually. And he had to first get used to something like walking with a bike, I guess you could say. And then many months later, he learned how to do something called gliding. So I didn't have much time, so maybe that's why it took a lot of time. I was pregnant, and we went out maybe on average 3 times a month. And he wasn't that motivated, I should also mention. I guess it wasn't that much fun for him. So I tried to take him to different parks, interesting looking parks. And I did things like put a picture of him on the wall riding his balance bike. He had a shirt with pictures of bikes on it. And he has all these like little car toys. So I got him some little bike toys. So I try to make his environment conducive to cycling. So when he turned 3, I didn't really feel like he was ready for a real deal bike, but he did get used to the motion of gliding. He wasn't like this amazing glider that you might have seen on YouTube. The Strider actually has competitions with kids. They are really good at gliding. Like they go super fast, and they have these tournaments, and it's crazy. Like some kids, they fly all the way from China, Japan, and they compete, and they win. So he wasn't nearly there, but he was getting the hang of it. So we did decide to get him an actual bike. And from there, he had to get used to pedaling, and he had to learn how to brake by pedaling backwards. I should also mention at this point, it was cold. He got it on Christmas. Even in Texas, it gets cold in January, February, so we couldn't go out at all. And in March, that's when he starts pedaling around the block. Now, you might see other videos on YouTube where parents, I saw one where they had the training wheels on cement blocks, and the kids would learn how to pedal that way. Because you don't want them to get used to the whole balancing with the training wheels, because I guess that would take away all that work that they did with the balance bike. But I didn't feel like doing that, so he just rode his bike like normal with the training wheels around the block on March. So he got used to it. I really taught him how to brake by pedaling backwards. And then we decided that it was time to take off the training wheels in April. He was really good at pedaling, and this is where it got really hard, physically demanding for me, because I was really passionate about him learning how to ride a bike, because I really want us to have family bike rides. So I was so determined. I went on average maybe 3 times a week on average. So we went from 3 times a month to 3 times a week on the bike with training wheels. And I really want to mention the mistake that I made was the following. I was on the sidewalks. We should have been practicing in parking lots only, because the sidewalks, no matter what sidewalk you go, you could go to the really wide ones. It's not wide enough. You really need to be in an empty parking lot, ideally at a school, I don't know, on a Sunday when nobody's there. And now it's summertime, so there really isn't anyone at the school. So that's how he learned. That's how he really, really learned. So I really want to emphasize that, because I read that tip and I just kind of ignored it. I'm like, well, he'll learn on the sidewalks. No, because steering is what's really difficult for kids. And I also read that you should kind of hold them by the waist, not from the side I did. It's just really physically demanding to hold him by the waist as he's riding his bike. So I tried to do that, and then when I got tired, I just held him from one side. It was easier for me, and he was probably getting used to like leaning one way when he was riding the bike, and it felt like he would never learn. You know, I read somewhere that other kids, like someone was saying that it could take from a few hours to 4 weeks to learn how to ride a bike with no training wheels. And, you know, here I was in like the second month getting like nervous, worried, like, what am I doing wrong? He was getting slightly better, like so slightly better, like every week. And, you know, another contributing factor to that could also be height, you know. He is pretty tall for his age, and I read that the taller you are, the harder it is to balance, to have like your balance. So, but eventually he did get it, okay? So he's kind of still a little shaky at it, but he has it down. He has a helmet on and his knee pads, elbow pads to keep him safe. So I would say like in a few months, no, maybe even in a month or so, if we continue practicing like this, we can do our family bike rides. So hopefully this helped you and encourages you to teach your kids how to ride a bike. Kian, how do you feel now you can ride a bike? What do you think?
I was too far away from you.
And are you happy now?
Yes.
Do you need training wheels?
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. And now you can ride your bike with mom, huh?
I know I'm don't go.
Okay, so what else? What advice do you give to other kids who are learning to ride your bike? What would you tell your friend Wyatt? He goes, Kian, I want to ride my bike. What do you think I should do? What do you tell other kids?
Peter,
And what else do you tell them?
don't look that way.
And what else do you tell them?
Don't look at the rainbow, don't look at the shadow.
Yeah, they say, Kian, I always fall down. What should I do to learn how to ride a bike? What do you think I should do?
Knee pads
Mm-hmm.
and protected from volcanoes.
Okay, thank you, Kian.